How is it going today? Hello, folks. Hello. Hello, Nigma. Hello, it's Commander, and hello, Dmitri. What the fuck? Infinite Robber. Yes, that is what it's called. Of Doom. Am I missing some kind of a thing here? I'm happy that you're going good, Nigma. Hi, Stan. How's it going today? Happy that you're happy. So, today we're actually going to try to be a little bit more productive, right? Because yesterday was it was quite the thing. It was the thing. All good. Did some CPP plus Arch 64 SIMD. Cool. All right. All right. Let me get everything started. And after that, I'll share the screen. And after that, I'll insult myself for about a couple of minutes. And then we'll fix everything and be like Giga Brain. Alright. Alright, let's switch the screen. Because what else can you do? Can you do during Christmas college break? True. What the fuck else could you do? Going great, my friend. Going great. Pretty great, actually. Very, very freaking great. I had a great day. I saw some people that I love. Which is rare in this world. So, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I got a bottle of maple syrup flavored alcohol. That's pretty freaking great. That is the spot, okay? That's what I want. I have started learning some Python, and apparently, despite having threads, it actually can't be multi-threaded. Well, actually, yes you can, but you need to do process. When you do thread, it's not multi-threaded. You probably already understand, but you're pretty much just doing I/O, right? You cannot do any real processing with threads. For that, you need process. Talking about how the stream didn't load, because YouTube showed me its spinning wheel, indicating that it's loading that thing called a throbber. Alright. Yes, Gil. Enjoy your drinking base. Everyone, don't forget to switch from top chat to live chat. True, I was on top chat on one of my chats. Let me get that going. Oh, I would have missed an Enigma comment. So, yeah, that's what I meant. IO probably has some custom system under the hood. Yep. Alright. Let's get this shit going, okay? So, I'm a retard. First of all, doing this way is so dumb, okay? It is so dumb. Doing things separately? Why? What do we need is a function that's meant to parse all C preprocessor instruction, okay? All of them, okay? And we're going to do the simple, okay? So let's def pre pro parse, okay? Here we go. That's a freaking... That's a good name, and that's a good name, okay? Please, can I just write? Holy shit. Okay. So this, and we... What do we input? We input the file itself. We're going to assume that it's an array, right? That we have already done split line to it. And let's put a return just so it loads. We're going to put this right over here. Boom, boom. Well, actually, we're going to come back to that. It's not important for now. Okay. Let's read a bit more. But I mean thread because of Gil. It's secretly concurrency, still better than nothing though. Yep. Scott is parsing the Epstein files, or the Linux kernel, whatever. I gotta love them Epstein file. And for what I know, they're planning to remove the GIL after so many years. I've heard a lot of speaking, but I'm not sure of what they're doing. I'm probably not going to stay till the end today. I'm going to sleep at 3 AM, and it's not a... Okay, going to sleep at 3 AM is not a sustainable lifestyle. That's fair, my friend. You... well, you said I, that's already pretty great. It's Commander, thank you for the reminder, and yeah, YouTube is drunk as usual. Based. Okay, he's the fuck locked in. Yeah, it's backwards. He's locked the fuck in, Andrew. That's what we say, okay? I'm locked in, okay? So what we need to do, pretty freaking simple, okay? So we make a simple function, and not even current file, okay? Big dick, well... Shit, I'm kinda retarded. Okay. I'm going to assume something, and if it fails, who gives a shit? Okay, I'll live with it. Okay, we need to get in on. Okay, so pre-pro parse. Okay, pre-pro parse. What we do? Okay, we parse the whole fucking thing. Okay, but one line at a time. Okay, so what we need to do is just return a value depending on whatever the fuck we detect. But instead of detecting things like a goddamn retard and just doing things separately, we can do it by ordering things, okay? So if we start with like this and then this and then this, we're never going to have something that like doesn't work because only one of them can apply, okay? Only one of them can be true at a time. So with this easy reality to understand, we can do this kind of shit, okay? So let's... So we can do if... Boom. 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 Then, return. It's a... fucking... It's a fuck J... if def, okay? It's a fuck J if def, right? So this is the basic idea, right? Because here, it will return this. Easy fucking peasy. Boom. And then, we don't have to worry that it gets somehow detected by if here, okay? We don't have to give a shit. Easy. Boom. Drink every time Maple says retard. That was a close call. I don't get it. I don't give a shit. Right now, just by stating this, I see multiple issues. Number one, multi-line things may be fucked. So... I guess I'll live with it. Second thing, we don't actually know the line, but this can be easily solved by doing this type of crap, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then we... there's a way to fix it, okay? just believe me. Alright, we can do this, this, boom, 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 boom. Okay. So now we have access to subsequent lines if necessary, right? If the line ends in a backslash, we would be able to seek another line. So that's something that we could unfuck later, right? So that's another thing. Saying fuck instead of fuck J. Well, fuck J is just superior, okay? Fuck J is superior. Okay, so now we've solved the fact that we don't have access to other lines. So technically here we could implement something like, oh, if you end by a backslash, we are going to do something else, right? So that's something that we can now do using this design. What else can be fucked here, okay? What else can be fuck J? Am I missing something else here? No, we just have to, like, make all the preprocessor work. And ta-da, it's going to work. Couldn't a Jew file buffer replace? Yes, but I would lose my my line number in there, right? That's something that I want to keep. So technically, because I'm filtering by line at this point, right, or line by line, all I have to do is to do an if whatever the fuck is going on here. And we can do current line, this, and then we would have some disgusting shit like this. Oh! Like it would... oh. No, it would... No, it would be this. Oh! Oh, wait. I'm making this so complicated for nothing. Alright, this works. This works. This works, but, yeah, I'm... Okay, that works. Right. So that's a thing that would work. Also, can't you do a multi-check, or do you need individual check for every possibility? Cases do exist in Python, but they are a recent thing, like the match case or a switch statement. That's what I was searching. A switch statement that does exist is just pretty recent, and I don't like using it in these more complex scenarios where we have like multiple characters to check and we have some amount of parsing to do. In reality, this should probably be automated at the start, right? So that we do have this and working, we can do like working line, boom. Then we could do this. Like this is an optimization that makes sense, right? Because we do our stripping and then we don't have to do it again, and we're going to be able to if again, again, and again without wasting performance. But it's not really an issue. It will work. I don't think that we're losing any performance to it. Well, like, not losing any performance to it Python style. Like checking by a set if def. I could check in a set. The only issue is I think that if I do that, I'll have to check... Well, I'll have to check the first part to be able to know which one it is. I don't know if I make sense. Through this way? Wait. Sorry. Your solution doesn't fix I'm talking to Nigma here. Your solution of a set doesn't work because if will fail, right? Here, our goal is to try to not have the same issue where when we're running our code... sorry, I haven't explained enough what the hell is going on in my head when I'm doing this, okay? Let's just get into it. So here, if, okay, captures everything contained inside of if-def, right? So config security path come back as def config security path, right? Because we are capturing the if-def inside of the if. This is what I'm trying to bypass by doing it inside of the same function, but doing if following one another. That's the idea. So this is why we're doing it that way. Now, the set would not clear this, so this is why it doesn't work. Okay. It's not you couldn't check possibilities in a method else. Well, technically, because I returned from a function, I don't need to do any else inside of it. I just need if, and whenever we strike gold, we return out of it. Alright, just wondering, you're having a race condition in your head now. Also, yeah, that makes sense. I suppose by probability and elimination then. Well, there's a limited amount of things that can, like, fit, right? So first we check if it's an if-def, then if it's this thing, and then we check the if, right? So making them in order prevents them from overriding. And then we can check something else that might be special from this specific thing, right? The if-def, we know that there's only one thing that can be captured within an if-def. So we don't only have to capture that one argument. But the other, there might be more to capture, so then absolutely we might get more information. By the way, so I can fully understand, you're basically making Doxygen docs for the Linux kernel with perspective, what code each kernel.config includes. Yes. Yes. I have a little bit of an issue with Doxygen, but technically... My issue with Doxygen is that it's like too... Like, it feels like you need to be fully autistic and understand whatever the fuck you're looking at, like, at all times in order to understand anything more. It doesn't help anybody that's, like, new to this shit. So, I'm trying to, like, store all the data for now and be able to make visually appealing things with it. But because we are so thorough in how we're going to parse the shit out of the kernel, we should be able to... well, do a lot of things with it, right? Because I'm not stopping at the preprocessor. We're parsing the structs, we're parsing the function, we're trying to map out all the relationship, and then, because it's an open MySQL, everybody is going to be able to do fun thing with it. So that's the core idea of the project here. That's why I'm, like, trying to keep in mind all the possibilities of what the code could have. But yes, sometime down the line, we're going to do a kconfig parse, and we're going to keep in mind if you have this config, this code is enabled. That's a feature that, while making the project, I think would be very freaking good. It would be very cool, at least. So we're going to go through that as well. Okay, never mind then. I thought you were going stuff all that in a funk. Also remember, take my suggestion with a grain of salt. Oh, that's all good. Anything visualized is awesome. That's the idea here. Alright. Okay. So here we're able to have a condition where we know if the last character is a backslash, and then we can act accordingly. So that's great. Now, before we go forward, we need to think a little bit about how we want to encode the information, right? Because right now, there's two main things that we need to understand here. Okay, let's go back to the DB. Let's go into the DB. Let's go into designer. All right. Where the fuck is tag? Okay. Okay, that's the last thing I wanted. Okay, thank you. Good. There. I love when it does that. I love it. I love it. Okay. So there's two parts here. I hope that it doesn't cut and that you see everything. So, okay. Anyway. Okay, there's two parts we need to think about, okay? Part number one is the parsing of the concept and storing the concept into the database, okay? So this is AST, okay? So AST is there to store the concept. We don't store the location. We don't store when it was added or when it was removed. We're just there to store the concept. The reason why we're doing this is because we don't want to store again and again complex concepts, especially when the same freaking concept will come back again and again. So doing this will just make everything more efficient whenever we query information from our database. So we need to start with that, right? We need to be able to store the concept, not caring about when they change inside of the database. That's one thing. But we also need to keep in mind that we need to have the line number and whenever a thing change, right? That's tag. So tag will be there to store what changed when and then link to the actual concept. So tag is supposed to store where the fuck the thing is and when the fuck the thing changed. Those two things, very important. We need to have them too. So those are all things we need to keep in mind whenever we implement this shit. Let me read a bit more comments before I get overwhelmed. Why does all of this sound over-engineered? Because we need to over-engineer it, okay? Because I'm not trying to do something slim, I'm not trying to do something optimized, because there is no path to optimization of this fucking bullshit, okay? There is no path. There is only dumb shit, and then you optimize, okay? You do it first. Okay, base. Good. Okay, so how the fuck are we going to store all of this inside of this and be able to do something, okay? The issue is that we need to keep in mind that these steps, the parsing step, are done while we're in multi-core. So we don't have access to what the other cores are doing. We don't have access to the DB directly. We cannot write to it at this point. We can only like store information so that we can later put it into the DB. We can read what the previous version had. So that's something that we can do to make things faster. But anyway, we need to store that information so it can be applied later. So how are we going to store that information? Well, there's multiple ways that we can go about it. We could do what I did before. So if we look before, the way that I did it is I encoded what is essentially the calls that we do to the DB, but through a custom way to do it. And I store them into an array, and then we ship that shit off to a single core that will process it and make sure that there's no duplicate to places where there could be duplicates. So this is what I did before. I think that would be a little bit retarded because we have two steps that we need to do, and trying to coordinate those two steps might just break my brain. So what I think I want to do is to create classes for each type of thing that we're going to send to our DB. So for example, for each type of preprocessor thing, we're going to store, well, we're going to create a class for it, and this class will have some custom thing linked to it. And whenever we're going to be at the end, whenever we're going to transfer that over to our single core, we're going to have a simple way that we can return what should be put for the tag and return what should be put for the AST. This makes sense to me because this makes me able to completely fucking forget about, like, what's happening down the line and only to focus on filling up information that I know we need. There's nothing as overkill, just underkill. True. Arrays. Seeing how they're usually fast and efficient, doesn't look like something too complicated. Yes, we're gonna need to parse the comments too. But the comments are more important to be... like, fuck. That's a question that... like, I've thought about it a little bit. Because, let's just look at a random file, right? So there are comments at the top, there are comments throughout the code, but there are also comments linked to a specific function, right? This is a comment that's linked to this, right? And by design, when you go look at the documentation of the Linux kernel, it tells you, okay, so these specific comments are meant to be read in that way, and they align to this and they do this, right? There's a logic to it. So it's... we're going to have to, like, have a weird solution where we're just going to do both things, right? We're going to have to scan the whole freaking file for comments, which is not hard because we already have something to do it. But we're also going to have to, like, have some judging to make sure that we're not screwing anything up. So yeah. Monkey, Putin, GG, pre-MO. And banana. State your intention or get banned. Maybe you could save comment that's specifically above the function too. And then visualize them and in note. Yes. Nothing is getting thrown out. Everything needs to be stored. Everything needs to be, like... we need to know where everything is. It's just how we want to store the relationship to each other, right? What's important here is to think about relationship. We're doing a relational database. So, like, do I want this comment to be related to this? Do I want every comment that touches something to be related to it? Or is it something that we only restrict to functions? Like, those are questions that we're going to have to ask ourselves. Like, those comments... like, to what the fuck are they related? Are they just comments that we just accept our comments? Or are we saying that this is related to it? Right? Those are... we will need to get there somehow. Alright. So not normal comment, just those about the function are usually documentation, like notes about argument... yeah, we're going to need to store that. But that's like... Doxygen was the great example for that, but because Doxygen comments, at least to what I remember, they're like that, right? They're all above with specific characters to be referenced to it. Reference to things inside of the function. All right. So now we were talking about classes, storing things into classes that we can then use specific command to, like, just vomit what we need. So let's get into it. We need to get into this. One last comment, I guess. It could be implemented later, just having an actual visualization help. True. True. Okay. Okay. Alright, we need a big fucking class thing. Is there a way that I can just, like, note this down and come back to it. No, I guess I'll just have to click. Fuck me, dude. Okay, let's go back to the top. Let's create a new class. Okay, we're going to create class. Let's start with AST, because maybe we'll have a function that is always the same, right? So, or who the fuck knows, okay? So we're talking about AST, let's create a class AST, okay? Makes sense, right? Class AST, we do not need parentheses for this. And let's make it empty for now. Music, please. Thank you. Right. Okay, class AST, then we can create our other classes. So we would have class C preprocessor. No, that's fucking horrible. Okay, let's call it. Okay, P underscore is for the preprocessor, okay? Let's just put it out there. Let's do capital P, and then if def, right? So here we have a new class. We're going to set AST so that we know that it's that type. And like there's something that we could, like some values that would make sense, right? We could have like a value process that is well, processed, that is already set or something, but who cares? Okay, let's not think about this now. For now, let's only focus on if-def. Okay, let's only focus on what the if-def need. Alright, how do we do this shit with the class def init? Yes, that's what I want. Okay. Boom. Boom, boom. Okay, good. Here we go. So what argument do we want to initialize an if-def with? What does an if-def contain, right? So we should probably need the line start, right? So line start, line. Let's stop trying to write less and just fucking write. Line start. Line end. Let's just assume that there's a war crime incoming and somebody has a backslash at the end of it. And then we would have value, right? Because there's the what's after the if-def, there can only be one argument, so we need the value there. So those are the things that could be stored, right? So let's do self dot boom 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 boom, right? Here we go. Here we go. We got it. Self dot this equals this. Let's do it again. Self dot value equals value. Here we go. Okay, so now we have stored inside of an if-def, and to know that it's an if-def, we can like query it directly, but who gives a shit for now? Okay, so we have stored line start, line end, and its value. Easy. Abbreviated CPP. Yeah, I saw CPP and it fucking killed me. I was like, we're not doing it. It's going to like fuck our brain. All right. I'm sold. Yep. Great AST unit. Yeah, I like these fucking names, bro. Great processor, okay? Yeah, okay. So for now, we have no idea of what we want our AST thing to be, but who cares? Okay. Okay, yep, that works, right? There's no retardation that I'm forgetting here that makes it not work. Okay, no, it works. It works. Good. So now what we can do is something like this. Okay. And here we can return this and do this. And then we can put its value. So we do starting line. So I hate when it has a bunch of red. It just kills me, okay? Okay, so we should have this. Current line, current line. Oh, we need to keep in mind that we start from 0 when inside of an array, but inside of a file we start from 1. So here we should do +1, right? So here +1. And here we need to parse the if-def. So we had a thing to parse it before. Was this. So we cut the first 6 and then we else strip. Makes sense. Right? So we can do this. Well, Oh, I can just use working line. That's retarded. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. So we first else strip for the start, then we else strip after this. Yes, it works, Alright. So this works perfectly. Now this... I don't even want to think about it, holy shit. I can imagine you usually don't see red sauce when you're living. I usually don't bleed out to death. True. Based. No death. No death today, okay? No death. I hate this. I fucking hate this. Look. Okay. Let's... Can we just put an error in there for now? I don't want to deal with this shit. We're going to figure out something for multi-line. I don't want to think about it now. Out. Out. Get out. Emergency shutdown. Thank you. Here. Thank you. Okay. And this goes away. Boom. All right. So this... Well... This takes care of if-defs, right? So let's forget this part. I'm just like triggered and I don't want to deal with this. So this is what we should do for every fucking preprocessor instruction. All of them. All of them. So do we list them out? Why am I clicking without looking? Do I list them out now or do I only do the one that I know? Fuck. What's the website? What's the website that you gave me? It's Commander if you're there. I need you. If only I would have the last time history. I'm not sure that I want to look into it on stream. Sounds like the fastest way to get fucked. Oh, craft dinner. Okay. Based. Okay. Elton John, touched by gold. That sounds like a bad thing to say for Epstein. Okay. So let's get to it. That was the website, right? Or that was the wrong one? Oh shit, that was the wrong one, I think. cppreference.com. Thank you, my lord. Alright. And right now we told ourselves that we're only dealing with old fucking code, right? That's the idea. Preprocessor. Shit, I'm in the wrong place. Sorry. Directive. Quick question. Does a preprocessor directive need to have the hash symbol beforehand? Like, is there no directive without the hash symbol? Based its commander. Because if there's, like, this is how I'm reading it, right? Because if that's the case... I don't know. I don't know what the fuck a directive is. To me, it's include, if def, is these things. Okay. What I want to know... Okay, here's why I'm asking. I'm asking it because I want to know if we can check the characters at the start of the line. Well, after we did L strip, okay? After we do a L strip to make sure that there's no space, I want to check the first character and see if it's an hash symbol. If it is, we resume our code. If not, we skip. So that way we're not wasting time with a bunch of fucking lines that we don't have to waste time under. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. You bring sanity to my brain, okay? That's very good, very good. So here, right, what we can do is we can do if working line, boom, 0, which is the first character, this, the hash symbol, then, whoa, is not. It's an is not we need. We can return none, right? Easy. So then we skip the bullshit before afterward, okay? So bullshit skipper, we got it. Okay. So now I want all the directives. I want all the possible things. Okay, these are all the possible thing, I guess. There was more in the page before. I'm confused. Where the fuck did we find this? Was it basic concept? Give me a moment. I'll look into my history. You had a page yesterday that felt as if it gave me things in a more, how can I say it? Like, better way. I think I found it. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Yep, that was my thought, Nigma, and thanks for confirming. It's just that I don't want to, like, implement something, and then later down the line we have, like, oh, magically, there is, like, a way that we can use something else than an hash symbol, and some fucking retard decided that it was good. Right? That's not what I want. Alright. Conditionally supported. Okay. That's live aids. Okay, reprocessor. Nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, it looks good. Return, but doesn't pass anything off. Oh, sorry, I skipped a couple of things. This is called a hashtag. Yes, I know. A pound sign, an hash symbol, an hashtag, all the same thing. May I inquire about the return none? Yeah, it's like a return in C. It's just that... Well, can you pass off literally nothing? And well, sorry, I think I'm retarded. You're right. Like, this is a valid thing. Yeah, this is what I should do. Thank you. You see, Nigma? You're killing it today. You're fucking killing it. You're doing it. So, returning none is still a thing, right? Even if it doesn't pass the check for a thing, it is a thing. So, the idea, the end goal of this is to put it into a command that is called map, and map, well, it runs in some faster ways sometime. Where the fuck did I want to go with that? And if I did return none, it would have fucked my shit up. So thank you. No, none is an actual item. So none is just like not an empty array. I don't know what to say. It's just it's a deepest false, okay? It's like false. When I say it's an actual item, is if you run this and I do return none, it will actually return something on the other hand, right? So let's say that I have a command that says return and put the result into an array, right? Well, if I have return none, it will put none into the array. But if I do return, it won't do the actual step of putting some shit into the array, right? It won't append the array. Does anyone here actually take Python serious? I need to, okay? I'm getting violated over here, okay? No, stop. Okay. Okay, so we do the same thing here. I don't even know why I fucking ranted. Bro, I'm becoming unhinged, okay? So if we need to get that going too, okay? If my name, yeah, okay. Alright. Let's just apply all of this shit. Yeah, that works. Alright. That was the fastest fucking implementation I did in my day. Okay. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. E fucking Z. Fucking did it. Here we go. Alright. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I'm making something retarded. But no, I think I'm cooking. Yes, it won't make sense to your brain, Nigma. That's for sure. Alright. Alright. So, that looks good. That's so good. Let's not stop. Let's not stop. A good freaking result, okay? Let's do the if now, right? We've cleared all the if type thing. So we did if def, we did if nef. If there is anything that looked like the if, no. Good. Okay, so now we can do actual if, okay? So actual if, this thing, that should be 3, right? 1, 2, 3. We skip those 3, then we all strip. Yup, okay, we good. And then we just need to do this. Boom. Alright, the issue here is that the if will be more complex to, like, parse on the back end. Because instead of just having a value, it should have, like, a... We should, like, weigh if it's a complex if, or if it's a very fucking simple if. And... yeah, but for now, let's just leave it as is. The reason is because the reason I'm saying this is because in the database, like, storing this if will be fucking difficult. Okay, at least for my brain. So for now, we're just cheating and we're probably putting it into a string and not doing anything technical with it. But later on, I would like to be able to do actual logic, relations with the if, with the values in the if. So yeah. Just call it expression. True? True. And just because we're getting way better at naming things, like, what's the name of whatever the fuck is after an if-def? Like, there must be an official name for this. Support conditional behavior control and directive. Conditionals are. I want just the one. Identifier. All right, we're using some official fucking name. Oh yeah. And while we're at it, this is inverted. This needs to be line start line, right? Or who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I don't. I go back and forth, okay? So identifier, expression. Oh, you mean if the if summons a condition, computational condition? Yes, yes. So, like, there's. You get it, but I'm yapping a bit. I don't know if we have an if here that I could like there. Oh, maybe at the top. No. Do we? I just like examples, man. Bro, we don't. Okay, but like there's a world where it's an if and it's literally just like a value like this, right? But it's just an if, right? The value has been set before and it's just looking at the value. And there's also a world where it's a simple mathematical equation. And there's also a world where it's fucking awkward and it's 15 things, right? Yep, no, when I say that, I should speak more about these things, so good thing that you ask. Oh man. I'm dying. Also, my nose hurts as shit. Holy. Will I survive? Alright. Expression, identifiers. We look like fucking pros. Okay. This has been set correctly. Oh yeah, we're doing it. By the way, random question. Do you drink coffee? 1 in the morning. If I drink more, I normally start shaking. Sometimes I drink 2 whenever I'm not working. But yeah, I'm not really like a coffee fan, right? There's some people that like go to Starbucks and shit, or go to their favorite coffee place. I ain't that guy. My coffee is like pure sugar, a little bit of milk, and the worst fucking coffee beans, okay? That block of if is giving me PTSD attack. Need to optimize, need to optimize. I don't know if we could really optimize. Because they're... Oh, okay, you mean like because this is repeated, right? I would agree for the... because this is repeated. But this is also why I'm doing this part, is because I know that this specific part is fucking garbage and we need another solution for it. My coffee is just coffee, 5 powders and 2 level of water. Oh, do you do instant coffee? Like I use I don't know the name. I bought like my father used to call it like the brand name. I think it's a brand name, but like this, right? A bonhomme. And yeah, I still do this to this day. Where the fuck am I? Okay, this needs to go. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is the same fucking place. All right, good. Good. French press, true. Yep, French press. No, it's normal brewed coffee. Nothing extra in it. I cannot drink normal coffee. I'm not made for that. All right, let's just copy paste again, I guess. Let's trigger Enigma. Yeah, and let's save. Okay. Yeah, what the fuck else do we need to parse over here? Okay, so we have if, we have all the if. Okay, all the if are done. Let's go for... Let's try to follow the order over here. So, elif, that would be 1, but we have... Okay, those are not for the right version. Okay, here's what's going on in my mind. There is a part of me that says that some retard programmer, okay, put some code inside of the kernel, but inside of the tool fucking folder, okay, where it uses the version 23 of fucking C, okay? There's one of them. And whenever I'll parse it, it will shit to bed. I'll want to kill myself. And it's a fucking garbage thing as well. Come on. Like, who even wants this? Well, I suppose that I usually drink my cold coffee. If it counts as extra. My coffee cold. Yeah. Kernel uses C23, not the kernel itself, but I don't think there's any limitation for what is inside of the script or tool folder. Yeah, I hate the new standard. There's nothing more that needs to be added because adding something really is just bloat. Lol. Because it will interfere, right? It will interfere. Oh. Okay, you know what? I'll implement it. And we'll live with it, right? There's a small chance that my project will be portable to something else than the kernel. So maybe somebody will be happy. There's just two things in the update I like is type is a new const functionality thing and the new const. I don't know. I'm not good enough with these things. So I'll just I'm so triggered. Oh, I'll make a skip. Right? That's the way to fix this. Right? And we can like do print some retarded devs added this fucking bullshit to their code. Right, we can do this. Whoop, no caps. There we go. And we could do this. Yep. Would have probably been funny to know the actual file, but we'll live with that detail. Who gives a shit? And then we shut it down. All right, sounds fair. But we need to parse them too. Yo, Die Groot. Because the former can be useful, the latter is a good operand optimization. Turvold ass message. Just join. Are we aiding on pre-processor macros? No, I'm aiding on the possibilities that some retarded dev added something that they shouldn't to the kernel. We're making a script to parse the kernel, and well, a script, a whole fucking program, okay, to parse the kernel into a database, and we're trying to have things as precise as possible. And I don't want my code to break because somebody used elif and def, okay? I don't want anybody to... That's... Nah, I do not consent. I do not consent, I did not. Alright, so I'm just bypassing the fuck out of it. Okay. So enough of this. Okay, enough of this. Now, let's go to the next thingy. We were at else, right? That was the idea, or elif. Hey, music, come back. We're actually doing progress here. Elif, okay. Let's get elif in there. Oh, well, let's just recycle some code, right? Boom, boom, boom. Anybody want to laugh about my usage of Control-C, Control-V? Seems like a rightful time for it, right? We're ripe for critique over here. Right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. Right, that's the logic. That's why here it's 3. Why did I copied this 2 times? That's dumb. Okay. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yes, that's the idea. 6, 7, okay. Right. I really don't get low-level language updates, and especially for old languages like C. If it works, then don't fix this. Jesus Christ, they added constant expression in C23. Yeah, that's what we thought yesterday. Hi, MBWare. How's it going, brother? Patches for vulnerability, new discovered optimizations, sure, but full-on features, no. I love you, Nigma. No, Control-C, Control-V is peak programmer. I'm about to dive into a massive rabbit hole, I guess. Kinda. You seem to be in a good mood today. Yeah, I'm a pretty freaking good mood. You know, that's what it does to you, to see people that you actually love, okay? None of you fucking retard. No. I'm joking, guys. Alright. Actually, it surprised me when you said you don't have a formal background in CS. Well, yeah, that's yeah, learn by doing it again and again. Nope, you're using KDevelop, so all bets are off. True. Slept all day, so I am rested. Long COVID is pain. Well, that's sad, my friend. So I am well today. Happy that you are. Happy that you're here. Happy that you're here. Notepad++. Oh, shit. Didn't remember name. Alright. So MBEware, just to cue you the fuck in, okay? We're still on our great parsing journey. So now well, today I actually have a brain. So we're going down the C preprocessors instruction directive, whatever the fuck they're called, and we're implementing them into our Python parser, our program, so that we can do cool shit with it later on, right? So, yeah, we're doing some progress. Because the thing to know about the pre-processing, C pre-processing thing, fuck, you know, C preprocessor, okay? About this thing is that it's not encompassed by Syndex. So CLang doesn't do that job for us. All right, elif taken care of. Next freaking thing. Let's go into else, right? Else, nothing that could encompass. Okay, else. We're getting to else. Else. Here we go. Now we do else here too. We do this, this, this. Oh, to an else there's no value, right? Right, we don't have this part where we need to parse whatever the fuck is in front of else. Or am I wrong with this? Yep, else, no identifier. All right. So we don't even need to think about this. All right. All right, I'm happy with that. Sounds cool. Like, there's a world where maybe we would want to parse some kind of comments at this level, but if ever that's the case, we're going to think about it later. That works for me. Cool, so you'll be a step closer to implementing a C compiler in Python, pretty much. What is it? C++ without classes? Lol. Oh. We're just abusing AST here, okay? That's what we're doing. We're abusing the AST. Okay, endif. Endif. Okay, endif. Let's implement endif. So endif has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. 6 character, that means that this shit needs to be set to 6. Boom, 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 boom. I'm a retard, there's nothing at the end of endif. Alright. Yep. Easy. I should probably carry my chat over so I can see you a bit better without doing some crazy contortion. But I guess I just like not fucking seeing you all the time. Alright, alright. We've got some nice discussion. Don't stop it. While I'm copy-pasting my life. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with includes and define and all of these shits. Okay, first of all, what the fuck is defined compared to define? I don't know. Which one is easier to implement? I'm so over. Okay. Hey, where is it? Okay. Guess I'm... Did I click on define or which one? I click on defined. Well, why are you not showing define to me? Bitch. Bro. Is this a meme? Guess it is. Oh, I'm a retard. It's this, right? That's the idea. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that would be a nice meme, right? Just pulling out a shitty fucking C++ programming. No, you know what we need? We need Java, okay? we need a bit of Java in our life, okay? Ready to lit our fucking skull on fire. Holy. Alright, so I don't have to worry about this row, I guess. Right? That's the idea. Okay, let's stop overthinking things. So define and undef, right? Those are the two big ones that we need to think about. Okay. Okay. My understand... I think I'll be reading for nothing, but my understanding is define is to take one name and make it something else, right? So if we do define... Well... Ah, shit. Let's put something big in screen, right? That was the worst thing I ever did. Okay. So if we do like define fuck j to print f I don't know, okay, fuck, right? Right, so, whoops. So whenever I would, inside of my code, write fuck j, the preprocessor would translate this and, like, actually put this, right? That's the idea. Alright. I just didn't want to be retarded. I did in the past some C and C++. However, I just like, it's Commander just fucking yelling. However, Maple is my favorite family-friendly streamer based. Alright. It's not only to create macros. Oh shit. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's just... Okay. Okay. So this makes sense to me. Okay? This makes sense. Now, what you're telling me, okay, is you can also do define, like, let's just think about the fact they're different files, okay? They're different files, okay? So, fuck J. You could do this and then do like a if def fuck J and if, right? This is a valid thing, right? This is what this is what MBWare was going about. So, like, this works. And now, just a fancy way to copy and paste inputs into a replacement. Okay, the third thing that you all are going on about, I don't get. I don't get at all. So let me just copy over what was written by its commander. What the fuck does this do? Oh, fuck. Okay, wait a second. I'll copy over what you wrote, Nigma, and I'll just look at it and try to understand. Right. Keep in mind that's 2 lines. Oh, I think you're supposed to. Okay. Okay, define my foo A as A. This chart calls my foo. Okay. I think I get it. Thanks to Nigma, okay? So tell me if I'm right, okay? So those 2 are right, I know. Thank you. Now, this, okay? So what we're saying is the function myFoo, its value, now it's A, but it could be like, we could do this shit, right? That would still work, like, so its value, it is transform into just its value. So whenever we have a function, it will like remove the function part and only keep its value. Like, this is the idea. Like, if we have this, then it would replace this, put the x value to the x's, put the y value to the y's, and this would be like replaced. That's the idea here. Stan, I love you, okay? I'm not getting scared, okay? I'm getting raped. It's okay. It's a macro that the precompiler will replace the source before compilation. Basically, for example, macro and macro. Okay. It's commander, thank you for that. True. Yeah. That last thing is wrong. Cursed and should not exist. Yeah, I agree that it's cursed and wrong. But I get the gist of it, I think. This is too complicated for Maple. I'm getting there. Yep. thanks to for the example. Okay. Okay. So, okay. we're going to end up back to some documentation, but I think I get the gist of it, which will help reading a little bit the documentation. So the idea, if I get it correctly, is if define has only one argument to it, so like define fuck j, right? It only like sets it true, or it defines it, right? Fuck the true, okay? It defines it, okay? So if def will be able to say, oh, it's defined, oh, we can run the code. If there's two thing, it will make the thing into something else, right? So if we find fuck j, we create this. We just do the infamous define copy paste. Okay, that makes sense. And if we have a define that is itself a function, right? So this define is like a function thingy because it has the parentheses. Then we take the values. Well, we do the define thing of replacing this, but we take the actual values inside of it and we put them at the right place on the other side. Under fucking stood. Okay, good. Again, remember, preprocessor is a fancy yet simple string manipulator. Doesn't care nor what the code is. If you make a define my var1 True. Okay, understand. Understand. This is my understanding now. Good. Good. Okay. Okay. I just want to be sure that we're not retarded. Oh well. It shows it pretty much well. Okay. So we can have one parameters. We can have multiple parameters. I guess we could have whatever the fuck that is. And whoa. They say replacement list. Is there something I'm missing here? Like, is there because there could be like multiple... Oh, fuck. What is this? I'll need to parse that garbage. Holy. Okay, I'll rechat a little. KLDR defined is the already defined thing as this. I get it. That part is understood. My issue here is more with the... Wait, what the fuck? Okay, no, my issue is with the outer perimeter of whatever the fuck this is. Okay, so those are valid things. Okay. Okay, based. Fuck this. Okay, let's just see what version they were okay to exist. VA opt. VA arg. Fucking hell. Where the fuck is that defined? Badoomts. This must be a meme. Okay, that must be a thing, like, only for this tutorial. Oh, since... Okay. Okay, I don't have to care about this, right? I don't have to care about VA opt and VA arg. This doesn't exist? Oh, shit. Okay, if anybody knows about these shit, I need some pointers. Okay, you know what? I'll implement the other thing. And if anybody has some idea about what the fuck VA arg is, I'll be happy. Putting A after thing, just let it take... Void pointer? Oh, yeah, we have an example here. Oh, I'm so fucking confused. Okay, I need to copy over whatever you wrote and try to understand it. I'll be the best fucking C programmer ever after this, okay? Okay. Okay, so this, well, this part become this. I have a question. Why would one use VARG when this... Wouldn't this work? Or is it because the preprocessor actually detects, like, the comma? Because sometimes you don't know how many arguments you require. So, okay. So if I were to do this, right, it would only do the real output that I would get. Like, if we do the... Well, let's fucking put them in order, please. Okay. So it would, like, do this, right? Shit. Let's put an underline. Like, it would do this. Right, that's the idea. Okay, so if I add something else over here, it would error, right? That's what you're saying, or at least this. Is it that this part won't be translated, or is it that it will error? It will error. Okay. My A series. Okay. Okay. All right. I understand what you mean and be aware, but the reason why we're doing this is to kind of fix the problem with Syndex. So I don't really want to bring another thing made by somebody else because I want us to be able to unfuck it. And to be honest, I don't freaking trust anybody at this point. Okay? So besides actual, like, full-fledged C-Lang dev, I'm not in. I'm not in. You know, it may look complicated and overwhelming, but it's really just readable when you know the syntax. Yeah, sounds pretty fucking simple to me. Yeah. Alright. Okay, but there will be a lot of special cases, especially in the kernel. I'm happy with that. That's what we need to learn, fix, get that going, because, right, the only space where we need to write our own thing is the preprocessor. And after that, the only thing that we're going to do is try to fix whatever fucks up. So that's where Syndex fucks up. We gotta find why and we gotta fix it. So this is going to be our job now. That's the idea. Okay. So let's think about define. So there's essentially 3 types of define, right? There's the... They're not in order. Shit. All right. There's the simple define. There's the define into something else, and there's the function define. Okay, this is my understanding. Okay, so we need to have a class that has logic for all of this, right? This is a thing that we need to know about. I think I'll go to sleep. 2 a.m. isn't much better than 3 a.m., but it's still better. It is, my friend. Have a nice sleep, okay? Love you. You won't miss a lot. I don't know how long I'll last today. Especially with the I don't want to have Maple's mine right now. I saw the double hashtag thing. You know what? You know what? You only need 2 cases. Define A. Make it come up with nothing. Remove it. Well, you said make it collapse into nothing, but like the only use for a simple define, let's just call it that way, right? The only use for the simple define would be an if-def, right? Would be to check if it's defined. That's the only logical reason why the fuck you would do this. Okay, define foo my define A, 1, define B, and B. Don't stop for me, please. Don't stop writing. I love it. I'll copy everything on screen. In big ass lettering. I'll even fucking put your name. Okay. Bro, what the fuck am I doing? Alright, we'll get there. Okay, this needs to stop. Okay. 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 Let me read this, okay? Define my foo A into whatever the shit is, okay? So whenever we have my foo and a value inside of my foo, we define whatever the fuck this shit is. Okay. And then we have my A and my B. Okay. So I think that what it says is A is appended to the end of whatever string it is because we have the 2 hash sign, right? So here, my foo A will do my A because of the 2 hash sign, right? Because we have A, or here it would be my B. It would be appended at the end because of the 2 hash sign. And then because we have my A, and here because we have my B, they are then again transformed. Okay, okay. Just a neat way to make configurable macros, and it's not needing manual write my see so on. All right, that makes sense to me. I have a question that comes back from that for you, Enigma. Okay. Well, for anybody, but Enigma, you're fucking honing today. Okay. So, how many times does the preprocessor actually like do its thing? Right? Because I feel like we're in awk infinite recursion territory here, okay? So it first goes through that rule, and then, like, let's just think about a machine. So the machine sees this, it says, okay, now it's this. So then it checks the line again and translate this. Does it go in order in the define in the file? Right? Would this still work if ever we did this? I have a lot of questions. But of course, my A is also defined, so the preprocessor collapsed to, well, being 1 for it. True, until it doesn't detect anything, but you cannot do recursions. Oh, sorry. It's a bad use for me, for my use of recursion. That's not what recursion mean. You're right. Would my order, if I invert the order of define, would it still work? That sounds like the most autistic question ever. But is the preprocessor actually going in order? Do we know that? Yes, it would still work. Sorry, I'm adding so much each time I'm speaking. Very sorry. Yes, it would still work. I'm assuming that it's okay. If ever I'm going on my wrong path, just tell me. Until it doesn't detect anything. Okay. So it keeps a set of rule. The preprocessor has this ledger of defines. It applies it, looks at it, applies it again. Okay. And you say that it cannot do recursion. So yeah, obviously it would fail if we would have... Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. You're fucking awesome, man. Okay? Great. The last part I did not need at all, but... you know what? Now I understand. If define my A... Yeah, if it doesn't exist, then, of course, it fucks up. Understood. Alright. Okay. Hence why I wrote the double. Yeah, it helped a lot. Thank you. Alright. Alright. So there's somebody that says you only need 2. You only need 2 case. Define A. Yeah, it was you, Enigma. Okay. Define... Okay. So we have 2 cases, but... okay, so we have the one that's used for if-defs. Then we have the replace something by something else. And then we have the function one. The reason why I want them to be all separate is because we might want to do some magic with them later on, right? Right now I'm retarded. I don't know how the defines are used in the kernel, right? But maybe there's some magic shit that we're gonna be able to do with these. So I want to separate them, right? Because this define, I don't see how it could be used for anything else than this. The questioning just kept going. Only yapping. Of course, it just kept going. I'm interested. Nigma, you're interesting. What the fuck? Who is this Nigma? All right. You can do so much with it. I don't doubt it. The preprocessor is really a simple computational device, but it's why it's so lovable. It's awesome. Okay. let's go back to implementing a few things, right? But fucking hell, brain. I feel like I've gained like 6 IQ. A whole 6 IQ. Six. All right. Sorry, I'm being a retard here. Okay. All right. So here's the magic sauce. Okay, let's do some saucing. All right, and what we're going to do... Okay, so let's think about this. How do we parse this shit? Okay, how do we... parse? Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna have to question again. Oh, wait. I need to try, okay? I need to try a bit. Okay. Predefined macros. Okay, yes, and those are macros. That's good. Okay. Oh, macros are this. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. 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 So total IQ is 206. Based. Okay. I think I'm getting something now. And I'll just state it. If I'm a retard, call me out, okay? So the preprocessor, whenever we use define, it will look at the space, right? It will say, oh, there's a space. So then it means we transform this into whatever the fuck is after it, right? So a word, a space, whatever the target is, whatever the, not target, but whatever is the, what we replace with is. With the exception of if there is a function, right? If there is a function, there can be a space inside of the function. But whenever we close that function, then the same rule apply. That's how it knows. Shit, which is which. I think I'm not a retard, okay? True. Yes. If you use function, then 34, use function, then the letter. Yeah, okay. Okay, makes sense to me. I'm good. Because I need to parse it, right? So I need to freaking know this shit. Whew. Yeah, there are function. Oh, I got it. You're good. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to speak more, okay? Speak more. So I need to parse this so that it works with everything, okay? So, numero uno, we do what we originally do, which is cut this, okay? This is what we do, okay? So if we cut it, then how do we separate these things, right? I cannot look at the spaces because it will fuck up. So I need to confirm first, do we have a parentheses? If we have an opening parentheses, I don't know. One or the other, okay. We have an opening, then we don't go for first space. We look at the closing parenthesis, and then we go for first space after that. I guess it's not a possibility to have multiple parentheses like this. This would be a war crime, I guess. Well, you could, but they would not do anything. At least it would not make sense if they did. But anyway. So, if parentheses, don't use space. If not, we can use space. And now some retard is going to tell me that we can use tabulations in there, I guess. That's the idea. Tabulation are a possibility. Because the preprocessor goes on under the same logic as everything else in C. Shit. I don't know. If somebody knows if tabulations work, I would be, yes, and slash for multi-line. Alright, got it. Yeah, it's his keyboard, it's okay. I got it. I said slash, I should have said a backslash. But yeah, got it. Alright. True. Okay, I just don't know how to do that. That's the issue. Oh, shit. Well, no, I'm dumb. It's very simple. We look through, so I can use RE for rejects. We look through the thing. We need the first occurrence of either opening parentheses, space, tab, or I guess you could backslash? Oh, man. So, I think I didn't get... I think I did not get it all in. Is that what you were talking about, MBE? Oh, fuck. Alright, it's not that bad, Okay, that means... It is fucking horrible. Wait! What is this shit? Oh my god. Oh, I'm trying to survive the mental anguish of whatever the fuck this would be. But okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna use Ari for this one. Okay, my brain is not going to survive. I'm so cooked. Okay, I need to write it down. Spaces. tabs. Actual this. And also parenthesis, opening parenthesis. And that's it. I love all the message retracted. Define fuck J. That's my boy. Okay. Define fuck J. AB. I need to copy that over. Holy shit. Oh. Oh. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay. Yes, that made sense. My worry was not... Yep, okay, I get it. Yeah, but this should be like this. Yes, I get it. Yeah, my worry was mainly that here we have like two things that I have to store, right? I have whatever is the thing that we are looking for. So like so that would be this, right? And whatever we replace it with, this. The whatever we replace it with is not really that hard. I just need to find what's the middle here, right? So here it's a space, it's easy. I just need to know what are the possible things that can separate the, like, what we are looking for from the what it should be changed into. So now I have space, I have tabs, I have backslash, and I have opening parentheses, which will fuck our thing because we need to look into end parentheses before restarting that process over without the parenthesis thing. Yes, I want to parse. We need to. And it seems pretty easy if it's just that. But I'll read a bit more. I have removed the necessary to comply with your Python nature-based. Indeed, a clash is a just for our mortal mind eye candy. There can be spaces in the parameters of the macro. Yep, yeah, I agree. That's, yep. That's understood, thank you. Okay. So, yeah, like, this is valid. It's disgusting, but it is valid. Computer just sees very long string. Yeah, absolutely. The big question is, how is the string delimited? So the only things I need to look for when I read the string, right? Because right now what I'm going to do is I'm cutting this shit. And I need to know, where does the first part start? Well, where does the first part end? So I cannot just look for spaces because this will break. I cannot just look for tabs because it would not work. I cannot just look for backslash because it would be retarded. And I cannot just look for parentheses because it would, again, not work. So the solution is to look for all of them together. We go there. If we find the parentheses, we put these on hold, waiting until we have the closing parenthesis. Boom, boom, we're there. Then we can deny the open parenthesis, so we remove this from our thing, and we only look for these. And whenever we fall into one of these, which would be this, we know that we are now in the next section. We would just need to make sure that the next section does not have more space in front of it, or tabs, or whatever the fuck. Just, it would be easier, my fish. Would it be using Python? To be honest, I think I wouldn't be able to do anything of value if I were not using Python right now. I am carried by the shoulders of God, and not only the comments, okay? Not only the comments, okay? Whoever the fuck did this, they're way better than I am. Okay. So do I even want to do this? Do I have the mind for this today? Is it ER or RE? RE, Python, not relocate vote, based. Okay. RE, we need to have a search. Where is search? Search. Okay, RE, search. We probably should compile whatever the fuck we're dealing with. Okay, so we're starting up here. Self dot. Define. Define find. Okay. And then we need to compile the rejects. What type of rejects is this shit using? Similar to Perl? Oh no. Okay, it's not complicated. I'm retarded. We just, like, abuse this, right? We just abuse this. Where? Or. Multiply by or. Okay, easy. Easy. Fucking retard. Just have to or the shit out of it. So it's backslash or space or narrator. As Maple continues conquest of parsing the fine, he ended up re-implementing the whole C standard in Python. Yes! Okay. Yes! So backslash T, and then we had open parenthesis. Okay, boom, boom, boom. So that should be it, right? Unless backslash do some fucked up things. Bro. The backslash plague. Haha. Those fucking backslash. Okay. Okay, standard looking for any question where you match. Good. We need search. Okay, good. So we compile that shit. We have this. Now we can use it over here. So we have define. We can do... Whoops, that's not what we want. We can do re.search. No? What? Oh, sorry. Let's search. This. So we start with string. We end with this. Is that the idea? Give me a fucking answer, you stupid color bitch. I'm just going to end up Googling it. Match. .p. Okay. I got it. I got it. It's okay. Okay, Bro. Okay, I think I got it. Hey, this shit is valid, okay? Whoa, 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 what the fuck is this? Whoa! I'm not that retarded. Okay, good. Mabel! Oh no, it's me yelling. Yes, I am always yelling, okay? Always yelling at the code. Okay. So now we found the first... Oh, this is some bad naming scheme. Okay, so we found the result. So now we can check if the result is not. Okay, if result is not equal to. We should be able to do like match or get whatever was the result. If it's not equal to, parenthesis, we should return something and we're going to be able to parse it correctly. If not, we're going to go into psychosis. Okay, how can I get whatever the result of this is? Search. Boom, boom. Corresponding match. RE match. Dot expand. Returns the string obtained by doing a backslash substitute template using string template. Dude. I have no clue what the fuck that means. Okay. This looks like something that's made for my problem, but I guess I'm too retarded to understand it. Yelling code is the best way to remove bug. True. Enigma. What the fuck? What really melts my mind when it comes to Python syntax are these two... Okay, just for your mind, okay? When we do -1 means the last thing inside of an array, inside of a list, right? So instead of doing length and then like doing some fucking math, we can just do -1 and let Python do it for us. Okay. Okay, why is this... Why is this no. I just need to know what the fuck matches. Bro, there's no way. Sorry, forgot the sparkles. Okay, this is viral AIDS. This doesn't need to be that complicated, okay? This is dumb, okay? Let's last match capturing output. Post. We're which were passed to Sir Brain. Match start. Okay, okay, fuck this. Y'all retards, okay. Okay, so if... Okay, this should work. If not, that means that we found the end of whatever the fuck we're talking about. We need an else if for the backslash. Okay, so the two dots are there to be able to cut an array, right? So whenever there's no two dots, that means that we can set the position, right? Like in C. I know that we have negatives, but it's like in C. When we have two dots, that means we're starting the array now at position 5. So we cut, okay, what was before. We start at 5. So this is why here I'm saying starting at 5. Well, it should be higher than that, right? Because this is longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7! Okay. So it's 7. And so it cut the first 7. And then we do L strip to make sure that we remove the space or the tabs. We store that shit back in there. Then we search it. Right? That's the idea here. Okay. Okay, so here what we should do is store... Boom. Let's use it again, okay? Okay, so the first value of our define will be stored in here. Because if we have a space, a backslash, a whatever, as our first thing that we find... I don't have words, okay? I don't have words today. We're gonna be able to cut the end of our line and only keep the first part. So it will make fucking sense. Okay. You're thinking in C, my friend. You're thinking in C. C. The backslash at the end of the line makes me want to kill me. Holy shit. Okay, I'm too triggered. I'm too triggered for today. Okay, so find a fucking solution for the backslash retardation. This fucking works. Deal with it. Okay. You know what? I need to save this somewhere. Alright. Just think like a computer. Just let Claude do it at this point. Bro, I need to try, okay? But today, enough brain power has been exhausted, okay? Probably tomorrow I'll do this my whole fucking day, okay? I'll come back to the stream and I'll be like, I'm exhausted, but everything's fucking works, okay? Go fuck yourself. I'm a genius. So, yep. I get it, Nigma. I get it. Alright. Alright, you know what? Good enough for today. Let's save this shit and go. Enough. And we're coming on a great part for the music, so that's all for today. Love you all, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. It was very fun. Okay, we got some shit done. We got like whew, okay. We beat our records of 16 lines, okay? 16 fucking lines. English makes every simple abstraction so long to phrase. Yes! English is so bad for saying complex shit. It's unhinged. Anyway. It's not going to work. Holy shit, I'm triggered. Okay, enough. Goodbye. No, I'm not giving up. Never. Okay. Bye-bye. For real, for real.